Hello everybody, my name is Alexander Kazina, aka Kozibear, and I would like to cordially invite you to another installment of my Pokemon LeafGreen Critical Nuzlocke run. This is the only Nuzlocke run on the internet where every single time someone scores a critical hit, I spin the prize wheel of criticality and suffer the consequences. You can catch a show you're currently watching live on twitch.tv/Kozibear every Monday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. EST. And you can catch up on all my prior episodes as VODs on YouTube, where they publish after the fact every Wednesday and Saturday. Without further ado, let's jump right into tonight's stream. We were very fortunate in that last time around, on our prior episode of our Pokemon LeafGreen Critical Lock run, we did not have any Pokemon that died, although some came very close. And also, we didn't have a whole ton of critical hits. However, we need to pay the piper. You might remember how at the very end of last week's stream, I still had 10 minutes on the clock for Victory Bell, and I had 30 minutes on the clock for Doduo, which is very unfortunate because I was actually planning on using him at Erica's gym. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring up Yule Timer real quick. We're going to do 10 minutes first so that we can finally relieve Victory Bell of the jury duty that is his benching inside my PC box, and then we will set a timer for 24 minutes for 20 more minutes for Doduo. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's go back to the Pokemon Center. I am not certain now that Doduo is benched, like I'm not really certain exactly what I want to do to proceed forward. Look, there are a lot of things that I can explore in the city that I'm currently in, but like it's not really that much stuff to do, and I don't really kind of want to waste the stream doing kind of needless tasks. I'm thinking that maybe what I might do is I might just go ahead and I might just challenge the gym what Pokemon I currently have on hand, but I'm going to need to check what those Pokemon are. Because yeah, at the moment we have Gyarados, who's very powerful, but I feel like Gyarados might struggle a little bit, considering that he doesn't have exactly the greatest moveset known to man. He has Dragon Rage, which proved incredibly powerful at the end of last stream. He also has Tackle and Bite, which are both great. Wartortle, of course, has Bite and Tackle, but he is Water-type. He probably will be decimated by Erica's Water-type Pokemon. Grass-type Pokemon. Burrito, he'll get killed. Croissant, he will definitely get killed. Tenduri, this guy is a Flying-type Pokemon. He might actually be able to do a decent bit of damage, which is why I'm going to put him at the front of my party. And you know what? I'm also going to bring Parmesan into the mix. So, I don't know. I'm going to... Because we need to keep the stream moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check in on Erica's gym again so that we can, see what's up. Take on some of her Pokemon. Prepare our Pokemon for the eventual takedown that we're going to do of her. If Victory Bell becomes free from his benching by the time that we're finished with the final few trainers that are left in the gym, I might take her on with Victory Bell in tow. I think that's probably going to be the most equitable solution to the predicament that we have found ourselves in at the moment. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start with Tenduri, and then I will switch out to Gyarados. Not swatch out, if I feel like I need to. Ooh, I feel a little bit nervous because Execute does have access to Psychic-type moves like Confusion, which can actually do a decent bit of damage against me. It'll only be able to hit once, though, and I don't feel like it would be able to take it out with just the one opportunity. So I'm going to do Fly, and I'm going to hope for the best. If I manage to evolve Tenduri into a Fearow, that will actually be great, because... Oh, here we go. Critical hit time. Before we do... our prize wheel spin. Oh, and by the way, nice. I appreciate the miss. if he evolves into a Fearow, that's great, because even if he's like severely under-leveled compared to Erica's team, the stat increase will definitely give us a huge advantage in the upcoming gym battle. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's spin that wheel. 1, 2, and 3. Get benched! Fuck! Why is it that all of my Pokemon are getting benched? Well, that means that once we are done with this battle, we are going to have to go ahead and we're going to have to bench Spearow. I almost said the name of a very not cool political commentator. Well, we might as well just go ahead and finish the rest of the battle with him first. Look at that. A 3 increase in attack stat. Oh, that was the only Pokemon. All right, well. Unfortunately, I will say, you know, I appreciate many of the quality of life improvements that the modern Pokemon games have brought to the series, particularly those that were brought to the series with Pokemon Sword and Shield. The one quality of life feature improvement that particular game brought to the series that I appreciated most was that game made it so easy to deposit Pokemon into your box at any given moment. I would really appreciate that in this sort of scenario, because that makes the kind of get benched wheel spin reward / punishment so much easier to do. All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to kind of figure this out right here, right now. It's right now. In a moment, it's gonna be 4:30. What I will do is I will set a new timer for 34:30. There we go. And that will be when we will relinquish Spearow from his boxy prison. And we'll figure out the rest of the calculations with our good friend Doduo as we go. All right, well, we might as well fill up the our current party with someone else. I mean, I guess... Well, Cinnamon, I guess you're up again. I was never expecting Cinnamon to make a reappearance in the party, but lo and behold, here we are. Ooh, you know what we could do? We could actually take on Pokemon Tower, but I don't remember where it is that we gain access to the Sylph Scope. I know, I'm an old school Pokemon fan, and I don't even know where it is that basic, super important key items like that are located, but it's been a little while. All right, let's see here. The Sylph Scope, I'm currently on Pokemon.fandom.com. Oh, to get the Sylph Scope, Giovanni must be defeated in the Rocket Hideout. Turns out we're actually in the right location. I'd completely forgotten about this. Well, hold on a sec. My stream is a little bit on the fritz. It seems like my kilobytes per second is good. It's just my game that's being a little bit on the wonky side. All right, we're good. I completely forgot that we got a little Rocket Hideout that we got to take care of here in the game corner. I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm going to chat up with some of the people around here. See what they have to say. Here we go. It's rumored that this place is run by Team Rocket. I had almost completely forgotten about this. Man, we don't have a coin case yet, so we can't receive any coins from any of these generous patrons. By the way, who does that in real life? Who's like, oh man, we're hanging out here at this casino. Yo, go ahead and take some of the hard-earned coins, some of the hard-earned tokens that I'm using to gamble my life savings away. Nobody does that. Okay. Yeah, I thought about swapping in somebody else, but I think that Gyarados will be okay. I probably will want to train up Sandslash a little bit at the moment, because it's good to have like a good, nice, you know, meaty ground-type Pokemon on your team. Problem is that he is modest nature, as we discovered last time around, so he's not like a great... not a very effective use of his typing and move pool. Only special type move he can learn, as we learned last time, is Thief in this gen. So yeah, things are not great. Things are not great. That's another thing that's fun about these remakes is that, so you have like a few steel type Pokemon that you can obtain in this game. You know, steel type being a type that was only introduced in subsequent gens. You have Magnemite, you have Magneton. You also have, you know, Onix that can evolve into Steelix, and Scyther that can evolve into Caesar, although, you know, obviously those things can only happen post-game. But in terms of dark typing, there are literally no dark type Pokemon you can obtain during the game, during natural play. All you have access to are just dark type moves like Bite and Crunch, which is really funny. Oh yeah, definitely a good decision to waddle off right there. Now what I'm curious about is these front-facing people. Are they in on it? Are they part of the Team Rocket conspiracy as well? Or are they just like kind of hired at the front of the company with no real conception of what it is that they're kind of promoting? Let's see here. Oh, look at that. We actually are just about to hit the 30-minute mark, which means that we, at long last, can retrieve good old Victory Bell. And that means in 20 more minutes, we should be able to retrieve good old Doduo as well. This is going to work out very well, actually. Goodbye, Cinnabon. I feel a little bit bad because I'd like to train up Doduo a little bit more alongside the rest of my team, but I mean, he was really getting trained up real easily on his own, so I guess I don't have to worry too much. Excuse me. Ahead of tonight's stream, I had some quick dinner prepared by my lovely, amazing cook of a mom. That sounded really weird, by the way. I don't typically like pre-prepare any of what I'm going to say on stream, and sometimes things come out really weird. You'll have to excuse me for that, Mom. I did not mean it to come out that weird. Ooh, here we go. It's Drowsy. Is this the first Drowsy we've encountered? I want to say no. He's a round boy. He certainly is. Oh no, my bite is disabled. But thankfully I have Dragon Rage. So yeah, I had some food prepared for by my mom. This is one of my oft-discussed days where I don't try to eat much in the way of sugar or processed grains. However, my mom had prepared some chicken breasts that had been breaded in basically gluten-free breadcrumbs. And it's one of those things where it's like, again, I really try to stick to this kind of diet regimen of like not eating any sugars or processed grains on these days. But if it's a thin coating of gluten-free breadcrumbs, I kind of make an exception. And let me tell you, they were pretty good. They were, you know, very lightly salted. They weren't like super, like ultra flavorful, but they were very decent. I actually, I dipped them. Normally I would have them with like, you know, ketchup or mayonnaise or whatnot, but because I want to adhere to my diet, I dipped them in a little bit of bell pepper flavored hummus. Really good. I was shocked by how surprisingly enjoyable they were. Let's see here. Do I want to actually give someone else another shot? Again, I just feel like, do I really need to keep using Burrito considering he's modest nature? I do. Here's the thing, though. I do want to level up some of the other Pokemon in my party a little bit because, ladies and gentlemen, I need to make sure that I have enough Pokemon registered in my Pokédexes so I can get some of those items that Professor Oak's aids provide. I missed out on the opportunity earlier to get that item finder from that one Professor Oak aid, and I'm pretty certain that if I want to get the XP share, I also need to have a lot of Pokemon registered in my Pokédex. So, for example, it might be worthwhile training up Parmesan, the Zubat, a little bit so that I can get him to become Golbat. Only problem is this guy... Man, this is going to be just a bitch and a half to raise this guy up to level 22 to evolve him, so I just don't know about it. I don't know. Let's go ahead and let's take on this guy. The thing is when you're dealing with Pokemon that are as advanced for this stage in the game as Raticate, you know, Pokemon that have access to moves like Hyper Fang and Super Fang, for example, lots of Fang moves. You don't want to even swap in with a Zubat and then swap out with a Gyarados, because you don't know if Gyarados might be on the receiving end of a really brutal Fang move. Yeah, I'm just not very passionate about them. You know what? I'm just going to continue to train up the strongest pokes on my team for now. Later on, if I really need to, I can always just train up some of my weaker Pokemon on my team when I'm very late into the game. And I can just use the VS Seeker on some very high-level trainers. I also, again, I don't have the XP share on me at the moment, so that definitely makes things more complicated than they need to be. Oh, here we go, an escape rope. But how do we get to the next section? Ooh, here we go. Some of my favorite parts of any of the Pokemon games. It's the auto-moving tiles. Ooh, this is not looking good. I just looked up on GameFAQs, good old GameFAQs, where to get the XP share in Pokemon LeafGreen. Turns out you're going to need to speak to Professor Oak's aide, east of Fuchsia City, so I got that part right. However, you're going to need to have caught, which means registered in the Pokédex, 50 Pokemon. That's a lot of Pokemon, and I don't know, even if I fully evolve all the Pokemon I currently have at my disposal, if I can even do something like that. So, yeah. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. This might be a little bit more tricky. Wow, this guy has a lot of Pokemon. Might be a little bit more tricky to train up Pokemon in the late game than I'm thinking it will be, but we'll see. What I always like to do whenever I have any good Pokemon challenge going is to have a good grass-type Pokemon, water-type Pokemon, and fire-type Pokemon on my team. I was really kind of disappointed that I didn't get my hands on a really good Growlithe or Ponyta earlier when we were in the areas of the game where you could capture them. Because I would love to have an Arcanine, a Blastoise, and a Victreebel. Or even a Rapidash. Rapidash is good. Rapidash, another example of a Pokemon that I typically don't use on a lot of these Pokemon runs, because it's just not typically a Pokemon I tend to gravitate towards, but that I would have been totally fine with getting on this particular run. I've been neglecting to use Tortellini a lot, but I forget that Tortellini knows how to use Return, which is obviously a very, very powerful, very useful move. The thing is, I need to teach him a better grass-type move, but I don't know at this point what grass-type moves he still has yet to learn, and when he's going to learn them. Okay. Might as well go for it. Okay. These things used to give me so many headaches back in the day, but now they're pretty easy to trivialize. So I feel like I have 2 moonstones right now. I feel kind of bad because the rate at which things are going, I don't think I'm actually going to be able to capture any more Pokemon that can potentially evolve with a Moonstone. I think my last opportunity to do so will probably be the Safari Zone, because at the Safari Zone I can get my hands on either like a Nidorina or a Nidorino, or even just like a normal Nidoran male or female. Yay, Super Potion. But yeah, outside of that, my Moonstone uses are pretty limited. Also, I definitely want to get out of here. And I definitely cannot go down there right now, so... yeah, I guess I gotta go back up here. Alright, down we go. I feel like this generation of Pokemon was big into having you explore dungeons that involved you like going all the way down to like a basement floor and then having you like travel back up via like an adjacent set of hallways. It's very reminiscent of, this is a bit of a weird comparison, but if you ever played The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap, there's this whole thing with one of the final dungeons of the game where like you basically like travel to like the top of like the sky dungeon in that game, and then you basically get sent way all the way back down to the bottom of the dungeon, and then like you have to like re-travel back up to the top via like an alternate route. Well, man, Legend of Zelda games, fun times. I actually this actually leads into a topic of discussion I've actually been meaning to talk about on these streams that I haven't really had the opportunity to do so thus far. Oh, here we go. Critical hit. Let's hold that thought and let's spin the wheel of criticality. 1, 2, and 3. 5 push-ups. Okay, now here's the thing. My right arm is still feeling a little bit on the sore side, so I'm going to make, once again, an honest attempt to do this. If this proves a little bit difficult, I will resort to doing a little bit more hot yoga. So please bear with me. Also, we have some, it would appear that we have some boxes behind me that I did not intend to be there. Give me a second, I'm going to move those out of the way. There we go. All right. Let's see. We do some push-ups. My arm has not felt super sore today, so I think I can pull it off if I need to. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I know those were... one could say that those push-ups that I just did were kind of half-mast, but I'm here to tell you that those push-ups were A fucking plus. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's bring the push-up cam out and let's finish off this Machop. Hell yeah. What the hell do these machines do anyways? What could this machine be? Better not mess around with it. Even the game understands, like, we don't know what the fuck these are. Let's see, anything here? No. It's very, when I look at machines like that, I'm like, taken back to like the early era of like 80s animation and anime. I feel like you had machines like these that had like all sorts of weird flashing lights and whatnots on them, like very commonly in shows of that era. It's very much kind of like communicating to you that, you know, Team Rocket isn't just sort of your average street gang. They're a bunch of crazy mad scientists. Oh, look at that. Jack _ attack 4321 says, do a Kronk impression. As in the character from the Disney movie, The Emperor's New Groove, that Kronk. I gotta be honest, man, it's been a pretty long time that I've seen that movie. I know Kronk, he's like the fun, like doting companion of the villain of that movie, whose name eludes me, but who I very distinctly remember as being a purple-y weirdo. I liked Kronk a lot. I thought he was a pretty cool, neat-ass character. Okay, yeah, we're both on the same page. The problem is I'm kind of struggling to come to kind of visualize like really good Kronk moments. I know there's like one moment. There's one moment early on in the movie where he has the Emperor's body when he's like in llama form, and he's like trying to take it out of the city because the villain is like, oh man, you got to take it out of here. He was supposed to get killed by that potion, but instead he's a llama. And he has this moment where he's trying to act all stealthy, and he's like hiding against a wall, and he's like, oh man, nobody can see me. And he's like, he does something very, very similar to that. Very similar to that. And of course, the passerbys that he was trying to stealthily avoid obviously see him and are like, what the hell is that guy doing? I distinctly remember that being a Kronk moment. I know there is also the one gif that where he's like, oh yeah, I love it. It's all coming together. It's something of that extent. If you have a Jack Attack, if you have a specific Kronk quote, a Kronk impression, a Kronk moment that you want me to replicate, let me know, because I like Kronk quite a bit. I have no qualms doing an impression of him. I'm trying to think of like specific Kronk moments, because it's not like I'm thinking about Kronk 24/7, if you know what I mean. But in any case, thank you for tuning into the stream. Give me just a quick little second. Here we go. I was hoping I could bite first and take him out in one hit. Oh, there we go. But it is a critical hit, though, which means that we, ladies and gentlemen, are going to have to spin the prize wheel of criticality. 1, 2, and 3. Dealer's choice. Ooh. 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 That means that I get to choose what it is that I need to punish myself with. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that we are going to do drop 5, where we have to drop 5 random items that are currently in our bag. Thank you, Jack _ attack 4321 for the follow. Much appreciated. Let's go ahead. Jack _ attack says, do the scene where the angel on his shoulder says, no, he's got a point. Okay, I will do my best to try to replicate that. Again, it's been a little while since I've seen The Emperor's New Groove, so I don't know if I'm gonna 1000% get this right, but let me just bring in the big camera view again real quick. All right, I'm trying to get myself into kind of a cronky mood with this one. No, he's got a point. I don't know if I got that. I don't know if I nailed that or not, but I think in my mind, the angel version of Kronk has like a very kind of nasally voice like this. Like he very much contrasts with the much more kind of like earthy voice of titular main Kronk. At least that's what I think's going on. All right. So we just got to finish the fight, and then we are going to be removing 5 items from our knapsack, per the rules of the punishment that I inflicted upon myself. One thing that's unfortunate is that, unfortunately, we're still a few gens away from Tortellini here being able to learn Leaf Storm, which is a like numero uno move for Victory Bell to learn how to use. Thank you, Jack Attack. I appreciate that you thought that it was perfection. I thought it was perfection too. In the middle of me doing that impression, I was like, man, this is truly the bee's knees, truly a moment that people will always and forevermore appreciate. Truly. You better believe it. That's actually something I thought. Okay. Just need to finish this guy off real quick. Man, Hypnosis is missing an awful lot. Just an awful lot these days. And there we go. Alright, let's see. What do we want to drop from the bag? Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to drop one super potion to start off. We got one of these super potions earlier on in the dungeon we're a part of. And so I figured it probably wouldn't hurt to just drop one off right off the bat. We'll go ahead and we'll drop ourselves an escape rope. We're not really using a whole lot of burn heals as of recently, so let's go ahead and let's drop that. Alright, we got 2 more items that we got to drop. I feel like it's doubtful we'll be able to use an X speed at any point in the future, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to drop one of those. And finally, what do we want to drop as our final item? I guess we can probably go ahead and abscond with 1 Pokeball. I know that abscond means like steal, but you get what I'm driving at. Oh, look at that. On my timer, we just went under the 10-minute mark, which means that we can actually relieve Doduo from the PC box that I have forced him into. I know that we made quite a bit of progress to get down here to the bottommost floor, but I'm going to quickly go back up the staircase because I want to get him back in the party. Whew. So, before we got into some of our wheel spinning shenanigans earlier, I was about to talk a little bit about something that I have been engaged with for the past month or so, which I am referring to as the Switcheranaissance. So here's the deal. Here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Way back in the day, in the year of our Lord 2017, I was a young, well, actually not so young, but still very wee little Kozibear. I was intrigued by the Nintendo Switch. I wasn't utterly jazzed about it because the Wii U really didn't do it for me, but I was, you know, of an open mind. I wanted to see what Nintendo had in store for me with its, you know, hybrid, you know, handheld home console addition to the video game market. And I got my hands on the console. One of the first games I ever played for it was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I didn't love it. I'm not going to go into a big, huge diatribe explaining why I didn't love it right here and right now. What you need to know is I fully respect everything that Breath of the Wild did for the Zelda franchise. I think that there is a ton of great content in that game. I think that Nintendo really outdid itself in figuring out how to reinvent that franchise for the modern era. However, I found that the more and more I played of it, the more and more I found myself just, oh man, I'm not doing a very good job of getting through this puzzle. The more and more I played of Breath of the Wild, the more and more I found that I missed the much more kind of scripted nature of the prior Zelda games. Not just the, like, dungeons, for example, because I know that was a huge point of contention with a lot of people that didn't love Breath of the Wild, but also, for example, like, just like the kind of scripted nature of like the miniature stories leading up to the individual dungeons. I loved, like, you know, going to Zora's Domain for the first time and becoming friends with the King of the Zoras and his daughter Ruto. That stuff, I lived for that stuff back in the day. Not a problem, Jack_attack. Hope that you have that iPad nicely charged in. I was just talking a little bit about my history with the Nintendo Switch and talking about how I didn't really resonate with, unfortunately, Breath of the Wild when it first came out. It just didn't really do it for me. And for that reason, like, that kind of permanently started off my like kind of overall time with the Switch on like the kind of wrongest foot possible. I was, already on very shaky ground when it came to Nintendo back in the day because the Wii U didn't really do it for me. And starting off with Breath of the Wild, just especially not doing for me, really left me feeling pretty sour. And so I ended up just not really using the Switch all that much over the course of the kind of subsequent 5-ish years. I bought games here and there. I'm a huge Metroid fan, so you better believe it when I say that I bought the hell out of Metroid Dread when it came out. Us Metroid fans know that we gotta make sure that we always buy new titles in that series when they release, because otherwise that series is just not going to exist anymore. And I bought some other things too. I played Celeste on it. I played SteamWorld Dig 2 on it. I played a bunch of Picross games, including the Overlord-themed Picross game, which was pretty fun. But for the most part, it really was not a console that registered with me a whole lot. Jack_Tax says, fun story, I got a Wii U for Breath of the Wild right before the Switch was announced. I mean, I feel bad for you. I am actually... I feel like people very rarely discuss what Breath of the Wild was like on the Switch. I've heard that it's actually, like, pretty good. Like, much better than you would anticipate it being. Given, what a weird garbage truck on fire with really good games Wii U was. But so yeah, I really just did not use the Switch a whole lot over the course of the past 5 or so years, and eventually I just reached a point earlier this year where I was like, look, clearly my fandom of Nintendo has not gone the way that I was expecting it to. I thought that it would be BFFs with Nintendo and its franchises forever, and that has not been the case, and that's been very unfortunate, but ultimately, at the end of the day, this is a two-sided relationship. Nintendo has to make games that I'm interested in, but also I have to motivate myself to play Nintendo's games. And I definitely, for the past little while, had been lazy in terms of my motivation to go and, seek out and play games that were on the Nintendo Switch. Jack_Tax says, I don't like the Joy inside for the Switch. They break so easily. You mean like the Joy-Cons? So I've had like kind of a mixed experience with the Joy-Cons myself, if I gotta be honest. I've had my Joy-Cons experience Joy-Con drift 2 times now. Not once, but twice. And honestly, that would be enough for most people to just quit out on using the Switch forevermore after that, but I've kind of persevered through it. And so yeah, getting back to my kind of original point, also, I don't know where to go anymore at the moment, if I gotta be honest. This isn't good. I need to find the lift. But where is the lift? I'll figure it out. So yeah, I finally realized, look, it's time for me to, get off my ass and actually really kind of dedicate myself to playing everything that the Switch has to offer. And so over the course of the past little bit, I've been returning to my Switch and playing games on it that I never really kind of got the opportunity to do so earlier on with. In particular, the one big game that I've been playing. Oh, here we go. I did not realize that we could find the lift over here. Thank you, Jack_Tack. Yeah, I've been finally catching up on games I previously wasn't able to experience. Just this past weekend, I finally beat Bayonetta 1, which I know was technically a PS3 game, Xbox 360 game originally, and then was, of course, ported to the Wii U, and then was ported again to the Switch, where I got it. But I mean, that basically is a Nintendo franchise and everything but name at this point. Yes, I do have the lift key, but I did not take care of the grunts in this room yet, so I'm doing so now. And so yeah, I had fun with that game. I played that game for review for the podcast I'm a part of called Respawning Fire. I'm going to be reviewing it at some point before the end of the month. Didn't love everything about it, but I had a good enough time with it. And now that I have Bayonetta 1 out of the way, I've moved on to Bayonetta 2. And let me tell you, Jack, my man, Bayonetta 2. Now that right there is a video game. That right there is one video game-ass video game. Oh, here we go. Critical hit. Hold that thought for just a minute. We have some prize wheels to spin. Some prize wheels of criticality. You ever try and spin something so hard that it blows up in your face? Let's do a take two on that. The prize wheel of criticality. Go broke! That means that after this battle with this rocket grunt, we are going to have to run to our nearest Pokemon Mart, waste all of our money on a useless item, and then release that useless item so that we won't have any money of our own. It's most unfortunate, but that's what happens when my wheel of criticality lands on Go Broke. Let's see here. I feel kind of bad for Creamsicle because he's a little bit bruised. I'm going to actually swap into Blueberry for this one. We'll be able to... It's a little bit debilitating, but trust me when I say that we will be able to make up for going broke. It was definitely pretty difficult during the early kind of wee hours of this critical Nuzlocke. Also, the timer that we had set for benching our Spearow has ended, so we'll have to go and retrieve Spearow all at once. We got another critical hit. What I was going to say is, you know, at the beginning of my stream, it was pretty debilitating when we would land on that spot because you have so little money at the beginning and potions at that point in time are so valuable, but we got through it. Now it's not so bad, but it still kind of sucks. We got to spin the wheel again, so let's do it. 1, 2, and 3. 5 push-ups. Huh. God damn it. Now that my arm is recovered enough that I can do push-ups, the game is really just trying to kind of get me back in there on my hands and legs. Let's go ahead and let's do some push-ups. Okay. And my right arm is still a little bit sore, so these might not be the most perfect push-ups you've ever seen, but bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! Once again, some people might say those push-ups weren't all that they could have been, but I'm here to tell you that those push-ups, A fucking plus. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. Bite. And so yeah, hold on a sec. I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle back into town so that we can relieve ourselves of all our money and get Spearow back in the party. Like I was saying, I am really looking forward to finishing up Bayonetta 2. It's already proving to be quite the great title. I think what I love most about Bayonetta 2 is just how unbelievably colorful it is compared to Bayonetta 1. Obviously, Bayonetta 2's gameplay is much improved over its predecessor. Of course, you know, you would obviously and fully expect that, but man oh man, is it also like such a much more colorful game than anything that Bayonetta 1 had to offer. It is insane. Bayonetta 1, people forget just how dingy and gray and brown that game was. I feel like when people think back to the games of yesteryear, of the you know, Xbox 360, PS3 era. People think about like primarily like shooters like Resistance or Call of Duty being like very kind of gray and dingy, but oh no. I've been there. I've played the Bayonettas, and I'm here to report to you that even Bayonetta, whoops, I'm in the wrong building. Even Bayonetta, unfortunately, fell victim to suffering from such a equally desaturated color palette. And I'm happy that Bayonetta 2 is that much more colorful by comparison. Alright. I feel, man, we actually racked up quite a bit of money fighting those Team Rocket grunts, which makes me unhappy. But them's the rules. Alright. Let's see here. If I get revives... Okay, I'll get 15 revives, because I'm never going to use revives in a Nuzlocke run anyways. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy 12 antidotes. I'm going to now sell all my revives and sell 12 of my antidotes. And there we go. Easy come, easy go. I only have like 82 Poké Dollars in my wallet right now. Basically nothing, but them's the rules. Okay. I just want to return to the Pokemon Center real quick because, yeah, Creamsicle can definitely use a little bit more health. Burrito also definitely could use a little bit more health, so... Yeah, I don't expect that we're going to have a particularly tough time with Giovanni, by the way. I suspect he'll probably be pretty easy, but you never know. Giovanni right now at this point in the game, he has Kangaskhan, he has Rhyhorn, not Rhydon, just Rhyhorn, and then he has a third Pokemon that I want to say is Persian. I'm pretty certain it's Persian, but if it's not Persian, it's Onyx. The thing is that like Persian is like befitting of Giovanni because obviously he's often seen with Persian in the Pokemon anime. But he is also the like ground type gym leader, so it's not improbable that we could see him with another ground type as well. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. First things first, however, we have to actually take care of the other rocket grunt that was hiding out in this room. And I guess we will have Creamsicle be at the front of the party for this one. There we go. So after I finish up on Bayonetta 2 on the Switch, I'm trying to kind of plan out what I want the future of my Switch Renaissance to look like in the year 2022. And now, of course, into 2023. And I'm trying to think, like, should I pull out a bit of a wild card and should I take on The Legend of Zelda, what is it? Not Hyrule Warriors, but the follow-up to Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. There we go. I know it's a little bit of a weird game to kind of catch up on after having not really engaged in the Switch's library all that much for the past 5 years, but something about it is just speaking to me. I want myself a good narrative-based experience, and I want myself a good Zelda game, and I've heard a lot of people express their deep appreciation for that game, so I'm thinking I might take that on. I already played, by the way, the original Hyrule Warriors. I actually had a lot of fun with that game. I feel like when it came to that game, people tended to be divided into one of two camps. Camp 1 was, I had no interest in playing a Zelda Musou game, and I never played it. And Camp 2 was, man, oh man, I love this game, and I played it for hours and hours on end. I fell into the kind of rare third middle camp of I played through its campaign to the end, I had fun with it, and I kind of walked away from it being like, alright, cool, I don't feel like I need to see anything more of this, but I had fun with it, and I appreciate that. In terms of other Switch games I'm interested in, like I do want to get like seriously, genuinely into the Xenoblade series. Over on the bookshelf over to my right, or rather, it's my right on stream, but it's technically my left in real life. I have the original Wii version of Xenoblade, which technically still works. I could technically still play it on the Wii, but considering there is a much more beautiful port of Xenoblade 1 on the Switch right now, I feel like it would probably make more sense to just play that instead. What else? There is... I have been meaning to check out Atlas... what was it? Atlas Chain? Something Chain? Astral Chain, there it is. The Platinum Games game, because I've had so much fun with the Bayonettas. What else? Apparently the new Kirby game that came out earlier this year, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, is like really good, like way better than anyone ever was anticipating it to be. So I have a lot of options. I have a lot of options to kind of go with. Ooh, is this where we'll fight Giovanni? I don't know. I don't know. This is interesting. You know what? If I could evolve Popsicle into a Dodrio before the Erica fight, that would actually be really convenient. So let's see if we can butter it up to get to that point. Ooh. Jack_attack. That's some nice little synergy right there. Where are you at in Pokemon Firered on your end? If you're at, not Cerulean City, what's the name of the city I'm in right now? I know, huge Pokemon fan right here. Can't even remember the names of one of the most iconic cities in the game. Point is, are you at the city with Erica's gym in it right now? Because if you are, that's some amazing coincidence. You're at Cinnabar. Oh. It's going to be interesting. I've never done a Nuzlocke run of Pokemon Fire Red or Leaf Green. It's going to be interesting the route by which I get to Cinnabar. I could always, like, just use the sea route south of Pallet Town to get there. But if I want to get, you know, a little bit more interesting, if I want to get a little bit more spicy, I could also take the very kind of long roundabout Seafoam Islands route. Let's see, apparently you just finished the Team Rocket base in Cerulean, and then you made your way down there. That's neat. That is neato. Yeah, I think this is actually Giovanni. So you know what, let's actually go back down to the 3rd floor and just mop up whatever is down there first. I mean, the 4th floor. Turns out you can't actually travel to the 3rd floor. Let's see here. Oh, we got ourselves a new item. Calcium. You know what? Right here, right now, I know that normally I would hang on to calcium in my back pocket, but I feel like teaching it to a Pokemon right now. I hope that you appreciate it, Blueberry. And let's see, what do we have here? Oh, 2 new rockets. I guess defeating them will open up this passageway. Yeah, I'll keep Popsicle at the front. That's weird. You'd think that they would just immediately, like, attack you the moment you would end up in their line of sight, but you have to actually walk to them. Jack_tax says, I grinder coins on the slot machines for 3 hours to get Porygon. So, that's one thing that I actually got to figure out. You know, I'm adhering to Nuzlocke rules, which means that I can only capture 1 Pokemon per area of the game. I've not yet gotten my designated Pokemon for the current city I'm in, and I'm trying to figure out, do I want to get the Eevee that you can get above the Cerulean department store, which of course conveniently can evolve into a Jolteon, a Flareon, or a Vaporeon? Or do I want to maybe spend some of my coins to get one of the Pokemon that you can get at the game corner? I'm gonna, you know, like I said, adhere to Nuzlocke rules, and if I get 1 Pokemon from one area, I'm not going to get another Pokemon from another. As much as I would love to use Porygon during a mainline Pokemon game run, as powerful of a Pokemon as Porygon as evolutions are, I suspect I'm probably not going to want to use them, but you can get some other cool Pokemon from the game corner. Hold on just to that thought for just a second, because we have to spin the prize wheel of criticality. 1, 2, and 3. We gotta do 10 push-ups. Just to show you real quick before I do my push-ups, Jack. Right now, I have Popsicle, the Doduo. I have Tortellini, I almost said Vileplume, but no, it's not Vileplume, it's Victory Bell. I have Blueberry, the War Turtle, and I have Gyarados, the Creamsicle. Those are sort of the four main Pokemon that I currently have on my team at the moment. I also have Tanduri, the Spearow, and Burrito, the Sandslash, but I'm probably not going to end up using them all that much if I got to be perfectly honest. Oh, here we go. I got to make sure that I switch back from my prize camera view so I don't, make that mistake. Yeah, those are my Pokemon in my party. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and let's do some more push-ups. Once again, keeping in mind that my right shoulder is still a little bit sore. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Whew. Okay, let's see here. Jack Attack says, I would get an Abra from the Game Corner, and I would train it up. Now, I like that idea for a lot of reasons. Number one, I missed out on my opportunity to catch a wild Abra earlier, so this is another shot to do so. And of course, in the original Gen 1 Pokemon games, there are very few other Pokemon that are able to resist Psychic-type moves, even in the Gen 3 remakes of them that we're playing right now. Still not a lot of great counters to Psychic-type Pokemon. You do have, more... how do you call them? Dark and Ghost and Bug-type moves. Ghost-type moves actually are super effective against Psychic-type Pokemon this time around. They're not glitched in that way, but... even with that, Psychic-type Pokemon, very powerful. Here's the only thing, Jack. If I train up a Kadabra, I won't be able to evolve him into an Alakazam because of the current setup in which I'm playing Pokemon LeafGreen at the moment. If I was playing a more modern Pokemon game that had that one item that they introduced in Pokemon Legends Arceus that allows you to evolve a Pokemon that normally would only evolve by trading without needing to trade it, I would most definitely use a Kadabra, but without the possibility of ever being able to evolve it into an Alakazam, I'm feeling kind of iffy about it. Now here's the thing, Kadabra is a very, very strong Pokemon, even without ever fully evolving into an Alakazam. Its special attack stat is insane for a not fully evolved Pokemon. I'm just wondering if it's the absolute best choice. But I do think it is an interesting proposition, not something I would have thought of. I was thinking of more something like Scyther, for example, which is another, cool, powerful Pokemon that I typically don't use in a mainline Pokemon run. But yeah, Abra, that I can evolve into a Kadabra. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. What I was thinking of instead is, like I mentioned earlier, you can also get Eevee from that secret room on top of the, what's it called? The department store. And the thing about Eevee is, of course, there are many different Pokemon we can evolve them into. Many will contend that Vaporeon is one of the best evolutions, but, Vaporeon not exactly a great idea to put on our team right now, considering that we have 3 Pokemon on our team that are all weak towards electric type moves. You look at some of the other options. You have... hold on a sec. I'm going to swap into Blueberry for this one. You have Jolteon, for example. Jolteon, a lot more frailer than Vaporeon. The guy can get crumpled like a piece of paper a little bit more easily than you would like, and he doesn't exactly have an amazing move pool. But I'm pretty certain that in this gen, his like default ability, I don't know if this has changed in subsequent gens, but I remember in this gen, his default ability is Volt Absorb, which actually will pretty much allow him to like trivialize most electric type Pokemon he comes up against. So there's that to consider. There is also Flareon. Now, Flareon is sort of like the red-headed stepchild of the Evolution family. I mean, literally, like quite literally. But the thing about Flareon is, as I was mentioning in the stream earlier, no, I do not want to learn Protect. I really, really, really want to have like one main Fire-type Pokemon, one main Grass-type Pokemon, and one main Water-type Pokemon on my team. I already have my Fire and my Water-type Pokemon in Wartortle and Victory Bell. And so if I could... Sorry, my Water and Grass-type Pokemon in Wartortle and Victory Bell. And so if I could have a Fire-type Pokemon on my team, even if it is something like Flareon, I would appreciate that. And, like, to be honest, like, there is something just really appealing about having a Flareon on my team as this, like, Pokemon that, like, you know, generally is just not, like, super duper kind of appreciated or respected. Wait a minute, where am I supposed to go? Uh-oh. I think I might have... I think I might have gotten a little bit lost. Hold on a sec. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have to go back to B4? Oh, I think I got confused. Excuse me. Let me go back to B4. For whatever reason in my head, I was like, oh, that weird entrance that those two guys are guarding is like a... It's like a shortcut to some place I've already been to, but nope. It's the boss, the big head honcho of them all. It is, of course, the one and only Giovanni. Let's take him on. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling, Jack Attack. I don't know how you feel. Do you think I should nevertheless still go for a Kadabra, even if I'm never able to evolve him into an Alakazam? Or do you think that I should maybe give Flareon or Jolteon a shot? I'm open to anything, really. Or do you even think... Actually, now that I think about it, it probably would not be great to have Scyther on my team, because Scyther is also weak towards electric-type moves. I could get Pinsir, but, you know, I don't love Pinsir, if I gotta be honest with you guys. Not great. Oh man, things are not going well for Giovanni. Giovanni, what happened? Whew. Also, my nose is unreasonably itchy for whatever reason. This often happens when I'm doing my streams, and I don't know why. Don't... thank God. I was about to say, don't flinch. Thankfully, that didn't happen. I gotta be honest, that did not do a lot of damage, and I also took a lot of damage from Bite, so I'm actually gonna switch into Creamsicle. Now, we gotta be careful about crits, but Creamsicle's Intimidate will lower Kangaskhan's attack, which will give us definitely more of a fighting chance. Ooh, I am glad that I swapped into Creamsicle for this one. I might... I could get a drawing and level up to level 56? Did you mean... is that a typo? Did you mean some other Pokemon? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna... do I want to swap out? I'll swap out the Blueberry. Dratini! Dratini, that's right! You can get a Dratini! from the game corner coin people. Oh. Now here's the thing about Dratini, though. That's a really good point. I didn't even think that we could have Dratini on my team. It's so hard to get like dragons on your team in like a Pokemon Nuzlocke run. Also, I'm really like I'm in kind of a weird space right now. My Pokemon keep getting their defense lowered. What I'm trying to think is, how easy is it for me to normally get Dratini in a Pokemon LeafGreen run, not from the game corner? Let me look this up real quick. Oh, thank God. If he had used Mega Punch and that had crit me, that could have killed me, so I'm happy that didn't happen. Let's see here. Okay, so the only other place that we can get it is in the Safari Zone if we fish for it with a Super Rod. Or we can buy it for quite a bit of money. So I'm reading this up right now on Bulbapedia. It would seem as if we want to get it from the game corner in Celadon City, we're actually going to have to pay more for it than we would normally pay for it in Fire Red. It seems like in Fire Red, you would pay like 2,600 Pokecoins, and in this game you pay like 4,600 Pokecoins, or something similar to that. Of course, within the Safari Zone, you can also get just Dragonite. No, Dragonair is what I meant to say. I feel like you could like swap the names of Dragonair and Dragonite interchangeably. The only thing about getting Dratini in the Safari Zone is, of course, I mean, if you do that, you know, risk not being able to immediately capture it. I'm looking at the possibilities of getting it. It seems like the base Safari catch rate for Dratini in the Safari Zone is 8.1%. But hold on a sec. What is the opportunity of you even being able to encounter it? Okay, so it seems like, hold on a sec. They're showing the stats for red, blue, and yellow. Okay, so it seems like if we have a Super Rod on hand, we have a 15% chance of encountering it. Not that bad, but we have a 40% chance of also encountering a Goldeen if we fish with a Super Rod. So here's what I'm going to say. Jack Attack. I think that Dratini is actually a really good idea for a Pokemon I could get from the game corner. The thing is, right now, I don't really have a whole lot of money. I previously released all the money that I currently had at my disposal when the prize wheel of criticality landed on the go broke spot. So right now I can't really spend a whole lot of my money on coins. In fact, I don't even have a coin case yet. I still have to get my coin case at some point. So it's an idea that I will keep in mind for the future. I don't know if I'll necessarily go for it, but it's definitely something to consider. I honestly would not have even thought about, so thank you for that. All right, we are going to take on and take down Erica, and once Erica has been taken on and taken down, we are going to do tonight's Snacks and Collation segment. This is the, I was about to say daily, but I don't stream daily. This is the per stream segment, where I indulge myself in a delicious snackety snack for your enjoyment, and hopefully my enjoyment, but I think tonight might be a little bit different. Jack Attack, in terms of the coin case, I'm pretty certain it's the man who's like behind the little pond of water next to the game corner, correct? It's been a little while that I played LeafGreen / Firered, but I'm pretty certain it's that guy, right? If I'm completely off base, you can let me know. Nope, it is not. That guy definitely has something important, though. I don't remember what it is. I remember it being like a cool little thing that you can go back and get from him, but yeah, clearly it is not from him. And goodbye to Gloom. Alright, well, without further ado, I was kind of hoping that Doduo would be a Dodrio before this battle, but, I mean, he's leveled up enough. I think we'll be okay. Starting off really strong. Like, up until this point in the game, we've had some gym leaders that have had some pretty powerful Pokemon at their disposal, but Victory Bell is, like, on a whole new level compared to anything else. I know it's like, some people would make the argument that Raichu is like a kind of fully evolved Pokemon, all the way if you count the fact that originally it starts as a Pichu, but, like, Victory Bell is, like, the true, like, fully evolved Stage 3 Pokemon of this game thus far. You're battling him right here, right now, in this Pokemon battle. I just want to hope... I know he has Acid, and that can do a lot of damage. I need to get through this, get my sweet XP, and then I can swap out to whoever I want to swap out to next. There we go. Let's see, who is next? Tangela. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to stay in for Tangela. Also, Erica only has 3 Pokemon? That's a little bit surprising. I'm going to stay in for Tangela because Tangela does not have as many, like, poison-ish type moves. Also, he's only level 24, so I should be okay. Even though I am currently paralyzed. Ooh. Oh dear. Oh dear. Constrict, not a very powerful move. There's a reason why they removed Constrict from more recent generations. Ooh, maybe I should have actually... I completely forgot that Vileplume has access to Acid as well. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to actually swap out. I'm going to swap out for Creamsicle. Of course, Creamsicle has Intimidate, and that will actually slightly lower Vileplume's attack stat, thus making Acid not as powerful as it could be. Now, this probably won't kill it, so it's probably gonna, yeah, it'll end up using a potion at this stage, but it's okay. We can move this into a war of attrition if need be. Oh! No, it did not do that. Instead, it tried to Giga Drain me. Now, if I'm not paralyzed, yes! I can finish this battle. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Erica. I knew that would go pretty smooth because we had a remarkably powerful Doduo on hand, but that went especially smooth. And speaking of Doduo, it's no longer a Doduo. It's a Dodrio. I really wanted to evolve my Doduo into a Dodrio when I did my Pokemon Emerald Cross Nuzlocke run. I didn't get to do so then because my Doduo died in a very unfortunate manner, but this time around, there will be no unfortunate manners to be had. Pretty cool that I can use Strength in battle, but unfortunately, I don't really have access to Strength at the moment. Alright. Not that it really makes a matter, but I am going to go ahead and I'm going to save my game. And I'm going to queue up tonight's Snacks and Collation segment. Remember, as always, to everybody that's currently watching this stream, that you can catch these installments of my Pokemon Nuzlocke adventures live here on twitch.tv/Kozibear Live every Monday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. EST. I appreciate however it is that you choose to show your support for my stream, be it by following, subscribing, or even tossing an honest-to-goodness tip my way. But even if you don't have any loonies or toonies to rub together, it's all right, Jack, because I'll still be here no matter what. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and let's start tonight's installment of Snacks and Collation. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alexander Kazina, and oh boy, do we have a set of snacks to have on tonight's Snacks and Collation segment. You might recall how back in the day, and by back in the day, I mean like 3 streams ago, I had 2 bagged pickles from the Van Holten Nightmare Factory. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today I actually have 2 more Van Holten bagged pickles. Also, by the way, that was a mistake. I only had 1 Van Holten bagged pickle last time. I probably said 2 because it was just that bad, and somehow in my mind's eye I considered it as being 2 bagged pickles rather than 1 bagged pickle. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring out the culprits of tonight's thing. Hold on a sec. I actually put them over here. Culprit number 1, we have Van Holten's Garlic Joe Zesty Garlic Pickle. This is a pickle in a bag that apparently is very zesty and garlicky. It's made in the United States, and indeed it is looking like one hell of a zesty theme that we're going to have to deal with. Culprit number 2, this is Van Holten's Sour Sis Pickle, a tart and tangy pickle. Right off the bat, looking at the 2 different packagings, maybe it is just sort of like psychosomatic, but the Sour Sis tart and tangy pickle looks very different from the Garlic Joe pickle. The Garlic Joe pickle, like, there is just something that definitely exudes sort of garlickiness about the pickle that I can see through the kind of plastic transparent bag. Sour Sis, on the other hand, there is something about this one that looks very, I don't know, like, it looks very tart. I feel like no matter which pickle we're going to go with here, we're in for a world of hurt. I mean, definitely not on our waistline, though. Both these pickles amazingly have 0 calories in them. I don't know what dark magic they appease to allow that to be a thing. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with Sour Sis. We have on hand a delightful pair of scissors that we can use to cut this thing open. Now, we're going to need to be careful because these bags have, as we discovered last time, a lot of juice inside them. Just sloshing about, being a real nuisance. So we want to make sure that we don't get ourselves and our keyboard too covered in juices. I also don't know if I have the capacity to eat both these pickles in their entirety this time. Last time, under incredible duress, I was able to eat the entirety of the Van Holten's pickle that I ate last time, but this time around, I mean, I'm looking at this thing. I think this is going to be real tough to go down. I will say, the bouquet's not that bad. It smells very similar to how the original Van Holten's Big Boy Pickle felt. You can't really tell that it's like more of a sour experience, but I suppose there's only one way to find out its true nature. I will say, I'm lifting it out of the pickle bag. This is not as flimsy of a pickle as the one that we had last time. This one's a lot more firm, which I appreciate, but it still might contain a lot of juice, so we gotta be careful. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the money shot. Oh! Wow. You can't tell it, but I am literally turning into a single human-sized goosebump as I am allowing the super sour pickle to go down my throat. This is intensely sour. This is sourific. This is a lemon factory and a half. This is a lot. It's a lot. Ooh, I don't want to eat another bite of this thing. I feel like I've gotten everything that there is to say about this one. I will say this pickle, not as overflowing with juice on the inside. I don't feel like it's about to burst onto me. Also, much firmer than the previous pickle that I had. Much firmer, which I definitely do appreciate. I don't know. I'm going to have one more bite, but I'm going to try my best, because if I have any more of this, I will literally turn on stream into the world's first human, what's it called, goosebump. I'll turn into a literal and figural R.L. Stein right in front of your eyes. Ugh. Woo. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you. No effing thank you. They say that back in the day, the original NFT was Van Holten's line of pickles because it was no fucking thanks. Alright. Let's go ahead and let's jump into Van Holten's Garlic Joe pickle. Now, I don't have a lot of faith in this thing that I'm about to dig into being particularly delicious, but I do like garlic. I actually am very fond of garlic. So if everything goes according to plan, if everything works out as it should, we could actually find ourselves on the receiving end of a very savory, very delicious pickle, but honestly, we won't know until we put this thing in our mouth. Let's go ahead, let's bring Peeping Tom out of his hole. Okay, this is a noticeably bigger and wider pickle than what we had last time when we had the sour one. It also does not feel as firm as the previous pickle, but maybe that's just a thing while it's in my hands right now. Well, there's only one thing to do right now, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the money shot, number 2. That is way more sour than it has any right to be. I don't know if the previous pickle has still coated the insides of my innards, but that's a lot. It's a lot, and also it doesn't... I can barely taste the garlic. It's not as sour as the previous one, but like, come on, man. Just have a little bit more... It says on the packaging, zesty garlic pickle, so I get that it's not supposed to be like this super base garlic taste, but like, come on. Come on. You gotta be a little bit more garlicky than that. I really don't want to take another bite of this guy, but I feel like, for science, for the stream, I gotta do so, so... Bottoms up. Nope. 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 I never thought I would say this, but I prefer the big-ass pickle that we had on our original Snacks and Collation stream a couple of streams ago. That thing was giant and watery and bulbous and way too much, but at least it wasn't zesty and sour. Oh man, that was... I didn't think that my pickle adventures could get me into any more of a figurative pickle, but lo and behold, we really went to pickle hell and pickle back there. Alright, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's return to tonight's stream and do our best to forget the green menace that was the Van Holten pickle. So, now that we've dealt with Erica's gym, all that's really left for us to do right now is to head on back to the Pokemon Tower and take on them channelers that line the many floors of the tower, eventually take on Marowak's mother. I appreciate Jack underscore tax comment. It's like nothing happened. Yeah, just completely forget about what happened. We'll be able to finally take on Cubone's mother, Marowak, and deal with the Team Rocket grunts that dot the top of the tower. I'm trying to think. After that, of course, we'll be able to make our way into the cycling road, and we'll also be able to make our way into the route northeast of Vermilion City. But also, in addition to that, we will finally be able to actually go back to Vermilion City and re-challenge Lieutenant Surge. I haven't mentioned this thus far in the stream, Jack, but I actually decided to skip the Lieutenant Surge gym battle because I was training up a Piglet and a Sandshrew to take him on, and both of them died. And so I figured, you know what? Fuck it. Lieutenant Surge is psychically trying to kill off my Pokemon so that I will lose trying to fight him. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to ignore the Lieutenant Surge boss battle for now, and I will take him on when the time suits me better, which I think will be after we deal with our channelers. Also, important to note, within the Pokemon Tower, we will be able to get our hands on a Ghastly, and also a Cubone as well. But I suspect we will probably encounter a Ghastly first, and we will definitely want to add a Ghastly to our party, because even if we end up not using him in the long run, considering that we won't be able to evolve him into a Haunter, it's good to have him in the party. Because, of course, Ghastly and Haunter, both Pokemon that have tremendous special attack stats. Very similar to Abra. I feel like Peck might actually kill it, so I'm going to swap into someone else who can do less damage. Ugh. Oh, wait, what? What? Oh, okay. See, I misread what the text at the bottom of the screen said. I thought it said that Peck had failed, but it was whatever Ghastly used. Alright, what do we want to call Ghastly? We've been naming all of our Pokemon thus far off of food items. I'm trying to think what would be a good Ghastly name. I was thinking maybe I could call him like Cotton Candy. The only problem with Cotton Candy is I feel like I might not be able to fit all the characters for it into the space that we have. Oh, you know what? I know what we can call this guy. Marshmallow. I don't think I fully got all the characters in there, but you get the gist of it. We don't need to be perfectly accurate. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is one of those dungeons where you can't really run around. You can only walk, which is too bad. The question is, who do I want to swap out for this guy? Because the thing is that we definitely don't have much more need for Tenduri, but you know what? We especially are not really using Burrito right now, so you know what? I'm going to actually swap out Burrito. Goodbye, Burrito. Hello to Marshmallow. Actually, I'm going to put him at the front of the party because... Actually, you know what? Maybe... Actually... You know what? I'm actually going to not keep him at the front of the party. I will swap him into the front of the party when we're battling trainers so you can get a little bit more experience fighting them. Now, I don't recall how many floors of this infernal tower infernal tower is what I meant to say that we're gonna have to climb up. But I have a feeling that we will be able to do just okay, considering we have not one but two Pokemon on our team at the moment that both have access to Bite, in the form of both Gyarados and Blueberry. We also, of course, have good old Ghastly, who has some Ghost-type moves at his disposal, but because he's pretty weak-leveled at the moment, he could pretty easily get KO'd by most other Ghosts that he's up against, so... It is an interesting choice that in Generation 1, they made it so that there was literally only one like, not ghost-type Pokemon period, but just one ghost Pokemon line. And it was Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. It's almost like they were trying to make this sort of weird statement of like, yeah, in the world of Pokemon, all Pokemon, you know, become ghosts, but they only become one type of ghost, and that one type of ghost is Ghastly. Thankfully, Creamsicle has a lot of hit points, but it would have been bad if that had went on for a while. Yay! Uh-oh, here we go. I remember at the time being so confused by why the hell everyone in this weird tower was making all these weird noises, weird onomatopoeia. I understand the idea of possession now, but it's real weird. Also, you think that like when Ghastly would possess humans, they would like, I don't know, say more interesting things and not just like I don't know. I don't really get it. This is I never played the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee game, so this is another area where I don't really know how they did it in those games, for example, how they handled this area, because I know that they've really moved away from like having Pokemon games depict like literal like satanic possession, for example. Another trainer for us to battle, but we have to walk all the way around here to get to them. Oh, but we do get an item, so that is nice. Man, so many Ghastlys that are of a higher level than what we currently have on hand. I'm gonna swap in Popsicle for this one. Oh, I completely forgot that I have Pursuit. I mean, I could just use, you know, Fly and Peck, but look at that! I don't even have, like, an amazing special attack stat, and that completely demolished him. Well, what I'm curious about is, like, what exactly is it that we as a player do that relieves the possessed channelers from being possessed by spirits? Is it that we... is it that, like, the Pokemon that they have at their disposal, their Ghastlys, are the Pokemon that are possessing them? And when we defeat the Ghastlys, in essence, we're freeing them from being enslaved by the very Pokemon that they themselves have enslaved. Also, I gotta say, not a bad nature, bold nature. That means we have increased defense and lowered offense. Now, here's the one thing. That means we actually can't use Ghost or Poison type moves very well, because in Gen 3, both Ghost and Poison type were still physical type attacking moves. But it's not like we really... It's not like most people at this point in time really used Gengar or his pre-evolved forms for those type of attacking moves. Tend to use them more for moves like Giga Drain, Thunderbolt, Psychic, you know, the works. Alright. Wow, this person is straight up just like, hey, yeah, come and be cursed with me. Honestly, maybe it's kind of cool. Maybe we should get in with them. Alright, Pursuit, do your magic. I'm always really concerned when that happens that it also was a critical hit, like a useless critical hit where it kills the Pokemon, but it's still a crit. that can happen, so you gotta be careful. Unfortunately, I would like to use Tortellini a little bit more, but all of his attacking moves aren't very great against Ghastly. You have Vine Whip, which is grass type, you have Acid, which is poison type, and you have normal, the normal type move Return, which obviously doesn't affect them at all. Yeah. If I do one lick, just one lick, am I potentially endangering myself here? Let me just give it a go. It's not going to kill me, but it will be literally half my health. Yeah. I was hoping that that would, like, that lick itself would, like, also take off half of Ghastly's health and also paralyze him so I could go in for the KO next turn, but clearly it did not happen. Goodbye. All right. Let's see. Fortunately, Marshmallow, we're gonna have to swap you out. We will put Gyarados back at the front of the party. And we will mop up the remaining items on this floor. Only 3 channelers on this floor, which is nice. I don't know how soon the floor is with the white magic, which, by the way, they never explain in any of the Pokemon games. I don't know what's up with that. If it is next floor, that'll be great, because I know I'm being a real whiny baby right here, but my team could use a little, just a little bit more health. Also, I gotta say, really love Ghastly's Pokemon Firered LeafGreen sprite. Much improved over the Ruby Sapphire Emerald sprite IMO. What's funny about these channelers is that they're like, they themselves are possessed, but like it feels like oftentimes they're possessed to be afraid of ghosts or of getting possessed. Like, I don't know, I don't feel like if you're a ghost that's responsible for possessing humans, I don't feel like that's really how you do it, IMO. I feel like if you're a ghost that's tasked with possessing humans, you, I don't know, want to make them more susceptible to getting possessed by more ghosts? Maybe? There's some definitely some backwards logic working on right here with the Ghastlys. Alright. Here we go. We found ourselves the white magic. Oh, and there's an item at the center. I completely forgot about that. The only problem is that with the white magic, we have a whole shit ton of trainers now that we gotta fight. Well, let's fight her first. Come on! Come on! Come on! Oh, look at that. It's a new Pokemon that we have not actually encountered yet. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna run away from this dude. I actually would not have minded capturing Cubone, because Cubone and Marowak, those are, again, 2 examples of Pokemon that I typically don't have on my team in your typical average Kozibear Pokemon run, so it would have been cool to have him, you know, hanging out, doing stuff, but, you know, unfortunately it doesn't seem like it's going to be happening this time around, considering that Cubone can only be found here at the Pokemon Tower. Oh, and bite. And that's a battle. Easy come, easy go as they go. Speaking of easy come, easy go, this past weekend... Oh, interesting. For whatever reason, I always thought that she said white magic. I want to say... I feel like in the original version of these games in Pokemon Red and Blue, they specifically said white magic, but for the remakes, they changed it to I purified this space. Interesting. I was going to say, speaking of easy come, easy go, over the weekend, I actually paid a visit to zombies. Oh, this is the only time... I feel like this is the only time in the Pokemon series that they make mention of zombies. I visited my parents' cottage over the weekend. I actually visited it alongside my dad. Cottage is located in the eastern townships in the southern part of Quebec, which means it was real convenient for us to go and visit the state of Vermont. Jack_Attack, you were a lovely guest on tonight's stream. You have a good night. And so we went ahead and we did just that. This time around... Oh, hold on a second. We'll have to hold that thought because I have to spin the prize wheel of criticality yet again. Give me just a second. 1, 2, and 3. Get benched! Woo! Creamsicle! How could you get benched this late into the game? This is not good. Alright. Well, unfortunately, this means that we're going to have to make the sad little trek outside of Pokemon Tower, but if I remember correctly, indeed, we have a couple of super repels in our knapsack, so we will use those to quickly exit the tower without having to encounter any more Pokemon. I will actually put Blueberry at the front of the party so that I don't have to deal with anyone else. Yeah, once again, it would be great if we could just, you know, directly deposit our Pokemon in the Pokemon box without needing to go all the way back to a Pokemon Center, as you can do in the most recent Pokemon games, but fortunately we'll have to make do with what we can do. So yeah, we went and visited Vermont. Last time around, I visited Enosburg Falls, which is a city in Vermont right up near the Canadian border. This time around, myself and my father visited Swanton, which is another relatively small town, a little bit sleepier, I would say, not as interesting, very kind of like suburban compared to Enosburg Falls. I did, however, have the opportunity to pick up some cool snacks there at their one grocery store. I bought some pumpkin chocolate chip cookies that were actually kind of okay. I was hoping that they would be very firm and moist, but they were actually kind of almost cake-like. I also had the pleasure of picking up, I forget what the name of the manufacturer is, but basically it was like these giant like cheddar cheese dusted like pretzel things. Amazing, fucking amazing. They also had like a honey mustard variant of them, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get my hands on that one. Let's go ahead and let's set our timer for Gyarados to get picked up. This will actually work out well, because if we manage to continue on and finish up Pokemon Tower within the next little bit, we'll be able to take on Lieutenant Surge next, and we actually would not want to use Gyarados for Lieutenant Surge at this point, considering how weak he is towards Electric-type moves, so this actually works out all well. Okay, damn it, I keep forgetting that the layout of the floors in Pokemon Tower are so maze-like. It is way too much. Alright. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. So yeah, our visit to Swanton was pretty fun. We also, while we were there, we visited a new beach that myself and my father had never been to before, at a beach at a nearby place. Not in Swanton proper, it was like at another place that was like maybe 20 minutes away. Oh wow, Haunter. You know what? Just for the fun of it, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bite this guy a new asshole. Oh, didn't even kill him, but oh, he's gonna kill himself now. And with Curse, which is a move that cannot crit. So that works out quite conveniently for us. Goodbye, Haunter. Okay. Marshmallow, welcome to the front of the party. Give me your all. Okay, seems like somebody here really wants a battle. Oh, here we go. Another Haunter. Another Haunter. Be careful, Ghastly. The evolutionary line of Ghastly to Haunter to Gengar, really good. I'm a huge fan of that line. I think it's one of my favorite in all of Pokemon. Of course, Gengar is an icon within the world of Pokemon. So good. But Ghastly and Haunter also very underrated. Good news is that I don't think that Haunter definitely does not have a lot of moves at his disposal that he can use to hurt us very deeply with. Oh, he has Curse, though. So he has Curse, he has Confuse Ray, and he has Bite. Ooh, I'm actually kind of concerned about getting Killaroonie by this, so I'm going to heal up myself real quick. Alright, Popsicle, you better snap out of this real quick, because we have a Pokemon that we need to down. There we go. Come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. No level up. That's unfortunate. Honestly, if Gyarados should die in an unfortunate incident in the future, I would not mind actually swapping in Dodrio to take his place. I know that Dodrio is not quite as useful and powerful all around as Gyarados, but in between his very high speed and attack stats, he can be quite the beast. I mean, he has access to Tri-Attack, for Christ's sake. That's already by itself an amazing move. I'm gonna give another shot just battling with Marshmallow. I'm gonna do... Ooh, okay. We might be able to pull this off, but it's gonna be touch and go. Alright, if Lick can paralyze him, we basically have a straight shot to victory. I'm still gonna do it though, because the worst it could do is it could do that other move that inflicts damage equal to its level, and it couldn't kill us even if it did that, so... Yeah, there we go! Level 21, here we come. Ooh, let's see here. Spite, Curse, Nightshade. I feel like you definitely don't want to have a Pokemon with Curse on your team when you're doing a Nuzlocke run, but I feel like it's ultimately... Spite is even worse, so I'm not going to have Spite anymore. Oh, did I already battle her? I must be mistaken then. Let's see here. Now that we're a little bit more leveled up... Fuck, I should not have done that. I should not have tempted fate in that way. I try to avoid random Pokemon battles to not have random crits like that happen. But here we are. Alright, here we go. Drop 5, that means that we are going to have to drop 5 random items in our bag after the battle. Let's see here. We'll start with the Pokeballs. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to toss 1 Pokeball. I'm going to toss 1 Great Ball, so that's 2 items so far. We're going to toss ourselves 1 Super Potion. We're going to toss ourselves 1 Escape Rope. And what do we want our final item to be? Let's toss ourselves 1 Max Ether. Alright, perfect. Okay. I want to say this is... If this is not the floor where we fight Marowak, give me blood, Jesus. This is not the floor where we fight Marowak, it's definitely the floor before. I'm level 21. I'm going to give this a shot. We'll see if we can do this. Ooh. Another cursor. Let's see. We need to get ourselves a good paralysis going on with Lick. Yeah, there we go. Even though it was a crit. God damn it. 1, 2, and 3. Ah, fuck, man. Fuck. Why do we have to keep benching our Pokemon? Why? This is really whole cloth unnecessary, my man. Well, I'll just keep him in for the rest of the battle, and then after that, we will once again go and bench Rooney, our Pokemon. Oh, I forgot that he is cursed. Maybe I shouldn't... Ah, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it! Alright, at this point, unless I want him to straight up just die, I'm probably gonna have to swap him out. I'm thinking... I'm wondering if going forward, I should maybe consider instituting a clause where once one Pokemon gets benched, I can't bench anyone else, because going up and down Pokemon Tower, it's definitely getting to be a little bit on the tiring side, if I gotta be 1000% honest with y'all. Thankfully, we still have some repels in our bag, but I'm thinking that maybe I will respect my prior decision to bench this guy right here and right now, but I think that for future streams, I should probably just consider making it so that when one Pokemon is benched, I can't bench someone else. But then again, the appeal of Get Bench is that potentially I can screw myself up and end up in a situation where, like, I have, like, my entire party benched, and I can't do anything. I just have to kind of continue playing with, like, a team of nothing. I don't know. I'll think about it. I've had some really bad, like, benching luck on this particular stream. I've landed on that particular spot so many times. So maybe I'm just overreacting in the moment. Look at that. I'm already at the bottom of Pokemon Tower. We're good. Alright, let's see here. It's 2030. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cancel that, and I am going to set a timer for trying to think about this. I'm going to set a timer for 30 minutes, and then at I guess it would be, what would it be, like 1930? That's when I'll pick up Gyarados. I had to do a little bit of math in my head. Alright. No, wait a minute. No, it would be 9:30 because only 10 minutes had elapsed. Ugh. Yeah, this is why this might not actually be an amazing idea. We'll have to figure it out. Yo, what's up? I don't even have a full team of Pokemon at hand, but it's okay. We'll manage. Who do I want at the front? You know what? I'll just keep Blueberry at the front for now. He should be okay. He's actually very close to evolving into a Blastoise at this point, so if we can even potentially get there by the end of the stream, that might actually be a little bit difficult. It would be... We have a rare candy on hand, so 36, we're at 31. So that means we gotta raise up 4 more levels. I mean, we could do it if we really hustle, but it would be tough. It would be tough. That wasn't so bad. I could also just use like an escape rope. I do realize that is an option as well, but it's alright. Oh, I almost forgot. When we eventually get to Lieutenant Surge, we're going to have to do that really bad trash can puzzle. It's kind of unbelievable that that trash can puzzle was included in the original Pokemon games and still made its way to this remake of them a few years later. And I'm assuming probably made it into Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee as well. All right. Earlier, during my streaming efforts, when unfortunately my original Sandshrew and my original Diglett had the met the unfortunate fate of dying early on, I was saying that, you know, despite Lieutenant Surge, I would go back and I would rebattle him and kill all his Pokemon with Blastoise. That is actually an option now, if I do manage to level up Wartortle fast enough in this stream. There we go, there we go, and there we go, level 32, which means we only need to raise up 3 more levels, and we'll be able to have a Blastoise on hand. Well, here we go, this is it, this is the Marowak fight. Oh, I just realized, we also have the opportunity to potentially catch a Snorlax, because, of course, we will be faced up against a very powerful Snorlax in just a bit. Also, there's an item over there that we missed. We'll probably have to make sure we get it before we forget it. In fact, we will actually have to battle that one Snorlax before we can get back to Lieutenant Surge. Here we go. Real creepy. Wow, only half damage. What the hell? Of course, you unfortunately cannot capture this particular Marowak because it is just a ghost, a spirit from the world beyond. But you still get experience points for fainting it. Okay, well. How do you even know that information? Did it, like, psychically communicate it to you? I'm actually gonna swap into Tortellini here, because Tortellini will be able to actually do a dam against these rocket grunts. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you saying you have a little Zubat at your disposal that you want to use to defeat my Tortellini? Well, too bad, because Tortellini's return is now full-powered, and it just scored an unnecessary critical hit. I appreciate leveling up, but I did not need that. 1, 2, and 3. 10 push-ups. All right. All right. All right. I see how this is going to go. Man, my arm got just ever so slightly better, and my stream was like, man, you, Sir Cozy, are going to do so much push-ups now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Oh. A fucking plus, but I hope that I don't get that again, because my right arm is a little bit sore now. Is this the first time that we battled Golbat? That's cool. Well, too bad for you, Golbat. Oh. Yeah, kind of weird how all of the rocket grunts that you fight... Kind of weird how all the rocket grunts that you fight in this tower all, like, very cordially leave the tower. I don't know. Kind of odd. I guess it's because they don't have, like, a boss kind of watching over them. No poisoning for you. I don't want to have him out because there is the possibility of getting hurt by psychic attacks, so I will send out Popsicle in his stead. And I will use Tri Attack. And there we go. Okay. I'm going to actually swap into Blueberry for this last one. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to evolve all the way into a Blastoise by the end of the stream, but I'll be satisfied with where I managed to get to. Also, I've been thinking over the potential of capturing Snorlax, and I'm beginning to think that maybe might not actually be a great idea. I'm beginning to remember all of the moves that those wild Snorlaxes have at their disposal, and I remember them being pretty on the powerful side, so maybe I should kind of just leave Sleeping Dogs lie. Also, the other thing about Snorlax is that he's at level 30, so he's like more or less parity with the strongest Pokemon on my team at the moment. Even with the like potential lowering an attack stat by Gyarados, he's still quite strong. And moves like Dragon Rage, for example, won't do a lot of damage to him because he has really high hit points. Oh, fucking fuckaroony fuckaroo. We got ourselves another crit on our hands. 1, 2, and 3. Ten push-ups. I swear, if my right arm falls off after this, I'm blaming you. Hold on, let me get the chair a little bit more out of the way. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I swear to fucking Christ, I've done more push-ups on this stream than I have on any of my prior streams combined. I guess I'm not going to get that one item, but I'm okay. Hey, thank you! Okay, let's go ahead and let's check out which time is left on our little timer. 10:43. I'm wondering if I want to still take out... Oh, no, wait, no, that's the time. That's the actual time. 16 minutes, 38 seconds, which means that we still have to wait a little bit longer for Gyarados. I'm wondering if I take on... Snorlax right here and right now, am I going to get pulverized, or am I going to potentially walk away unscathed? Because if I get pulverized, I'm going to be in huge trouble. Let's see here. Is there anyone else who's currently in my box who could potentially help me out a little bit? This guy could actually potentially screech up Snorlax a lot, give him a run for his money. This guy, but the problem is that both these guys will be immediately taken out, so it's not going to really matter. Victory Bell could potentially put it asleep, so there is that to consider as well. I gotta keep things moving, and this is a more interesting activity than just sticking around behind, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use the Pokemon at my disposal to... Wait a minute, let's just check real quick. Is there anyone in my team... Actually, you know what? If Victory Bell is that close to leveling up, as well as Blueberry, I'm actually gonna... I know it sounds like I'm stalling for time, and I kinda am, but genuinely, I want to use the opportunity to level them up a little bit. In fact, you know what? We've not used this thus far in the stream. Let's go ahead and let's actually use my VS Seeker. This is actually a good area for us to use it at, because look at all the Pokemon trainers that we can potentially rebattle. Let's see here. There we go. Look at that. Look at all those Pokebros. Now these Pokebros are going to have even stronger Pokemon than what they had last time on hand, but something gives me a feeling they will still be very manageable. I'm going to just focus squarely on Clefairy first. Alright, turns out that was enough for Clefairy. Yeah, not a lot of XP here. Both Jigglypuff and Clefairy are Pokemon that have a lot of hit points, but clearly, yeah, it was not enough to get anyone over the level hump that they're currently at. Alright. Seems like the trainer in the middle did not want to rebattle, which is too bad. I've talked about this on my prior streams, but the first Nuzlocke run I ever did for Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, it was ended early because I went and rebattled a trainer, not with the VS Seeker, but with the via the Pokénav that I thought was going to be relatively underleveled, but he ended up being way overleveled, and he completely trounced my team, and so ever since then I've been very apprehensive about going back and rebattling trainers that seem even decently okay. Or rather, how do I put this? Like, to seem like they would be, like, decently easy to take down a second time around, you know? Okay. Let's see here. Just want to check, just to be certain. Oh, we actually have 2 rare candies on hand. If we really wanted to, we could actually level this guy all the way up to a Blastoise if we wanted to, if we got him to level 34. But is that a little bit overkill? It would be a convenient way for us to take on Snorlax, because you know that Snorlax is not taking down a Blastoise. But I don't know. Come on. This is what I get. I guess this is what I get for being greedy and trying to bite off more than I could chew, fighting these people. Ooh, maybe I should be okay. I'm 11 levels higher than this guy. Oh, and I confused him real good. Come on, Pidgeotto. Don't attack. Aw, come on. Come on. And there we go. I'm like a third of my way to... Look at that, those are a lot of Pokemon too. I'm like about a third of the way there. I feel like I could probably pull it off, actually. But I need to get rid of my poisoning. And I also should probably heal myself up a little bit. Hold on a second. You know, the more that I've thought about it, I'm not going to bother with trying to capture Snorlax. I will... Here's the thing. I will try to throw a ball or 2 at it just to see if, by the luck of the draw, I can potentially capture it, but I will not make an active effort to do so. Come on, come on, come on. Goodbye. Ah, wow. Wow. Really? Come on. Ah, damn it. Why do I keep screwing myself like this? If this lands on one of my push-up spots, I'm just going to re-roll this thing. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, re-roll. I'm sorry, but my arms are just not cut out for this. 2, and 3. Get benched. You know what? I'm beginning to think that maybe the stream is trying to communicate to me that I should not take on Snorlax, because every viable Pokemon that I have in my party that I'm trying to use to battle Snorlax right now keeps getting benched. This is a stream of just everybody getting benched, and I'm fucking tired of it. Meowth. Meowth, Meowth, Meowth. I'll keep him in. Man, we were so close. We were so close to getting this guy to evolve into a Blastoise and being able to use him to take on Snorlax. So close. But the good news is that the timer is finally up on Gyarados because we now only have 7 minutes left. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to start a new 30-minute timer. And we'll just say that by the end of the stream, Ghastly can be used again. And that Gyarados is free for us to use right now. Alright. 30 minutes. I really hope that I am not potentially screwing myself over going into the Snorlax fight like this. I don't have War Turtle on hand, but gotta do what we gotta do. And hey, you know, not being able to capture Snorlax means we'll be able to capture maybe one of the Pokemon that we can fish for in this route. Let's see, is there anything that we can have on hand that will make this more easy? We do have Black Glasses, but there's not really an obvious Pokemon on our team we'll want to use it for. We could also run from Gyarados if we need to. Sorry, from Snorlax is what I meant to say. Okay, without further ado, let's go for it. Gyarados, start that attack lower. Hell yeah. Good to see that we are plenty faster than Snorlax. Headbutt. Did a decent bit of damage, but even if it crit right now, it wouldn't kill us. I'm just going to keep Dragon Raging. This guy knows how to use Rest, I want to say. So we have to be, okay, cognizant of that. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, does it have a Chesto Berry on hand? Wow. Okay. This guy really thought of everything. That definitely, by the way, is a new addition for Gen 3 because they definitely did not... He definitely did not have a Chesto Berry on hand for the prior generation. So he has Headbutt, he has Rest, he has Yawn, and he has one more move that I am forgetting off the top of my head. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to... You know what? I'm going to go ahead just to make my life easier. I'm going to use the Pokeflute to wake up Creamsicle. Then turn 2, I'm going to use Dragon Rage again. Oh, fuck. Every Pokemon is awakened? Fuck you. I mean, I guess that's only fair, but like... Really? Fuck! Fuck. You're witnessing the decompression of my soul in real time right now, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking Christ. Why did that have to happen? That was a critical hit, so I have to spin the prize wheel. 1, 2, and 3. Dealer's choice. Dealer's choice. I'm gonna go with hot sauce shot for this one, because my heart is just awash with pain right now at the death of my beloved Gyarados, and now my mouth must be in pain as well. Gyarados, why? Why, baby? Why? You were one of the only Pokemon on my team alongside good old War Turtle that survived the great killing off that happened just before Misty's gym. Why'd you have to die like that, huh? Why? Wow. Wow, I mean, I guess that's karma balancing out the universe like that. In my prior experiences attempting to catch Snorlax, I remember Snorlax being so unbelievably tough to battle and capture, but that was like an instant capture. Wow. I guess that's karma making up for the loss of Gyarados then. Very lazy, just eats and sleeps. As its rotund bulk builds, it becomes steadily more slothful. As I was saying earlier, my plan was originally to try and rush to defeat Lieutenant Surge by the end of the stream, but I think this is a pretty good ending point. I'm pretty super duper not happy about Gyarados dying, as you could tell from earlier, but I mean, hey, we got ourselves a Snorlax. I'm gonna call this guy Cookie. I was thinking of calling him something much worse for killing Gyarados, but I'm just happy to have him, so I'll go ahead and leave it at that. Alright, well, time to deposit Gyarados and time to put Snorlax in my box party. Amazing that we're finally back at Vermilion City after all this time. Here's the thing, I'm not like... the situation at hand could definitely be a lot worse. The fact of the matter is that we have another Magikarp already in our box ready to go, and Magikarp are very easy to fish out of the seas of the Kanto region. Extremely easy. So if we ever feel like getting ourselves another Gyarados, another Creamsicle to add to our party, we won't need to wait super long. But until then, thank you to everybody for tuning into tonight's stream. Remember, as always, that you can watch a show you're currently watching live on twitch.tv/Kozibear Live every Monday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. EOD. And you can watch the prior installments of my streams as VODs after the fact on YouTube, where they publish every Wednesday and Saturday at 3 p.m. EST. And of course, don't forget that you can also find me over on Twitter at AlexKozina, ALEXKOZINA, if the tweets and the twats are more your speed. Thank you once again. My name is Alexander Kozina, aka Kozibear, and I want to wish you all a good night.